The 12th of October, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora, Sukkah.
Gemora Sukkah. Okay. Yes, sirree. Got your Gemora Sukkah? I'll have to get mine.
Okay, no problem.
Oh,
Hello again.
okay, I don't know what happened, but let's continue. Okay, so we're talking over here about the Arava.
Right.
Yeah, because tonight already is Hoshana Rabbah. So that's the Yom of the Arava. So, oh yes. Where did we say that Mishnah was?
And 45A.
Mem, yeah, 45a, right. Mem Hey Aleph, Mitzvah Arava. Okay.
I think we did about 10 lines of the Mishnah. We got down to
Okay.
Yochanan ben Baroka.
Right. We wanted to see what it was that you're supposed to do with this Arava.
Right.
And we didn't get a whole lot over here from the Mishnah. Well, I mean it's Mitzvah Arava Ketzad Mokum Hayam Lamata Meyushalayim Nikra Motza Yodin Misham. We go down to this place called Motza Malaktin Misham Morbios Shel Arava. We take the Morbios is the branches of the Arava. And what do we do with them? Boin Bazokfin B'tzidei HaMizbeach. We stand them up on the side of the Mizbeach. And these Aravas are so tall, they're not like the ones that we take in the shul.
Right.
That we have in our Daled Minim. These Aravas are huge. Roshehen Kfufin Al Gabe HaMizbeach. They are so tall that the top of the Arava is hanging down on over the area of the Mizbeach. Okay. Oh, and then we have Tiku v'hiriu v'toku. Toku v'hiriu v'toku. This is done at the time that we are standing the aravos by the side of the mizbeach. We're tokeya with the chatzotzros, I guess. Okay. And then what do we do? B'kol yom makif. Oh, so let's just go from there. B'kol yom makifin. See where that is?
No.
I was reading from the Mishnah, and now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, the end of the fifth line. B'kol yom.
Fifth line from the top?
The fifth line of the Mishnah.
Okay, I see it. B'kol yom. B'kol yom makifin es hamizbeach pam achas v'omrim. So each day they would circle the altar once, and they would say, Ana Hashem Hoshiana, Ana Hashem Hatzlichana. Please Hashem save now. Please Hashem bring success now. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Rabbi Yehuda says, Ana v'ho Hoshiana. Bring salvation now. V'oso hayom makifin es hamizbeach sheva pamim. But on that day, they would circle the altar 7 times. English says that's the 7th day.
Yeah, Rashi says, Oso Yom B'Shvi.
Okay. I wonder how Rashi knows that.
Good question.
Bishas pitarasan ma hein omrim. At the moment of their departure, what would they say? Yofi lecha mizbeach, Yofi lecha mizbeach. The mizbeach is beautiful to you. To you this beauty, O altar. To you this beauty, O altar. Rabbi Elazar Omer. Rabbi Elazar says, "Liyah ulecha mizbeach, liyah ulecha mizbeach, To God and to you, O altar, to God and to you, O altar. B'maasehu b'chol bach maasehu b'shavas. Just as the ceremony is performed during the weekdays, so it is performed on the Sabbath. Ella shahayu milachtin osan me'erev, except that they would gather the branches in the evening, i.e. on Friday. Umanichin osan v'gios shel zahav, and place them in golden barrels. Kedei shelo yich moshu, that they would not wilt. English says there's water in the barrels. Rabbi Yochanan ben Baruka Omer,
Yes, yeah.
Charayos shel dekel hayu mivi'in. They would bring palm branches. V'chovtin osan b'karka b'tzidei hamizbeach, and beat them on the ground on the sides of the altar. V'oso hayom nikra chibot charayos, and that way was called the beating of the branches. Miyad tinokos shomtin es lulavehen. They would grab the children's lulavim from the hands of the children. V'ochlin es rogehen, and they would eat their esrogim. That's the end of the Mishnah.
That's the end of the Mishnah, right?
So according to this, it's palm branches that they're beating, not aravos.
Yeah, Charios.
Charios
Dekel.
The branches of a palm.
Right, so we have to take a look at let's see. Yeah, this is going to be a discussion in Tosus on Ahmed Base, I see. Tosus is going to this maybe, I don't know if we're going to get there, but Tosus This is over on Lamed Base. Says that this, according to Rav Huna, the Amora, in the Gemora, according to Rabbi Yochanan ben Broka, in economy, we don't bring a ravos. That's what he says clearly. Rabbi Yochanan ben Broka says we bring Harir Shel Dekel, palm branches. But he points out that according to Rabbi Levi, Rabbi Yochanan himself would say that we bring both Harir Shel Dekel and also a ravos. That's what Tosas says over here. The end of this Tosas. Miul Reb Levi, the Meforish Taimad Rabbi Yochanan ben Broka, Katamar, below Mikra Dorish, lo Mikra Dorish, Ela Svara Shehu Siman Yafet, Likiluson, Shel Yisrael, She'ein Lehem Ela Lev Echad Laviem Shebashamayim. Efshe de lo havi Ela Yom Echad, Ubein Yeh Yom Echad, Ubein Yeh Kol Shiva, Lo Haisa Arava Batela. Travayu Hayu Morbios Shel Arava, V'chorios Shel Dekel. Okay, so that's the discussion over there in Tosas. Tosas is discussing where do the Aravos get in over here. They're not mentioned. No mention of Chibut Aravos in the Mishnah. But Tosas says that there is.
I wonder if it's more than a coincidence that the Christians bring palm branches on their Easter.
Oh, I don't know. That Tosas doesn't talk about. Okay. So that's the Mishnah.
Gemora.
Okay. Want to go back to the Gemara?
Tana. We learn in the Brisa. Mekom kol neyai havet. This was a tax-free place. Vitana, Didan, my Taima, Kareve Mutsa. And our Tana, for what reason does he call this place Motza? Aide. For some reason, I'm having trouble reading. Let me get my glasses. I usually only need these glasses for the Rashi, but for some reason today, everything looks really small. Since it was exempt from the king's tax, he calls it Motza. The English says the word Motza connotes exemption.
No, the word Kalanya, no?
Pardon?
That's the way Rashi brings.
That's what
Take a look at Rashi, Kalanya.
Kalanya. Let's see. Gemora. Kalanya. Nain chorin min Hamas shel malach. Something full of salt?
Ben Chorin. Ben Chorin min Hamas shel melech. Somehow, I'm not sure how exactly, to tell you the truth. Doesn't look like it's a notricon or an acronym. But Rashi explains that this word Kalanya means that Ben Chorin is someone who is a free man. Cherus, Zman Cherusenu of Pesach, a Ben Chorin. Ben Chorin, what is he a Ben Chorin from? What's he a free man from? Min Hamas, from the taxes. Whose taxes? The one that charges taxes.
The king.
Shel Melech, the king.
Mm-hmm.
So what exactly is the story over here? That's the name of the, seems like the Gemora is asking, why is it that the Mishnah calls the place where we get the aravos from Motza? In fact, its name is Kalanya. It's Mokum Kalanya Habe. If anything, if you want to call it something, call it Kalanya, because that's a very significant thing. That means that it's, however that works, it means that it's, Rashi says that's what the word means. Let's see what, it's not so understandable over here. Let's take a look at what the Gemora responds to this.
Okay. Uvain v'zok fin osan b'tzidei
No, you got to read the answer that the Gemora gives. Heidi.
Oh, sorry. Heidi b'mipach mi karga de malka.
Heidi the Mapik Mikar Galamalka.
It was exempt from the king's tax. Harile Motza. He calls it Motza.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I'm really not following this.
Yeah, this is all language over here.
But who says Colonia and who says Motza?
So the Gemara is saying that the Tana of the Tosefta calls this place that they used to get the aravos from Klanya.
Uh-huh.
It was the that was the, I don't know if that was the official name or the non-official name, or it was a description of the place. But with that, the Gemara seems to be asking, why does the Mishnah calling it Motza? So it sounds like we're saying that you should call it Klanya instead of Motza, because because it's very significant that it was exempt from the taxes, whatever that means. I don't know what that means. Nobody explains that I see over here yet. But anyway, that's the Gemara's question. Why are we calling it that name? Tana Didan, my Taima Kori Le Motza. Why does our Tana? Tana Didan is our Tana. The Tana, in other words, of our Mishnah, says that they went to a place called Motza in order to get the Aravos. So the Gemara answers, basically what the Gemara is answering is, in fact, that this word Motza, this name Motza, also means the same thing. That's what the Gemara says over here. I did the mipak mikarga de malka, since it was mipak, it was taken out. Mikarga, karga is also a type of a tax. It's another word for tax. De malka, of the king, since it was taken out from the tax of the king. Kori le motza. And if you because I think what the Gemara means over here, maybe Rashi points it out. So Rashi pointed out. Yeah, take a look at Rashi. The next Rashi after the second Rashi, the Mepak Bikarba.
The Mepak Mikarga. Mota Miklal Hamas Shel Melech. So Hayinu Nami Kalnaya de Sof the Tosafos.
Tosefta.
No, Tosefta.
Yeah, Tosefta is, you have Mishnah, you have Brisa, and you have Tosefta.
Right. So it says Motza, Miklal is the general rule.
Yeah, the general rule is that the king takes taxes from people that are in his kingdom. And this is what we call a motza mina klal. Maybe you've heard that expression before. There's a klal. The klal is, over here, the klal is the king charges taxes. Everybody in his kingdom, they got to pay taxes.
Right.
And, but there's such a thing as a yotzi mina klal. There's such a thing as exceptions to the general rule.
Right.
So yotze is the same shorish as motze. It's taken out, like we say motzi lechem mina aretz. He takes out the bread from the earth.
Right. So
what Rashi is saying over here is that hainu nami kalanya de tosefta. This week that we call it motza is it's really communicating the same idea as the Tosefta is doing when it calls it kalanya, because both of these words, kalanya and motza, mean that there's a removal from the taxes.
Right.
Oh, so if you want to know, where do we get this from? What's this all about? There is a Rabbeinu Hananel. Maybe you have one on the side of your Gemora, the left side.
Let's see. Yeah, I do.
So he, in his second piece over here on the Mishnah, it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines down from the top of the where the commentary begins. He has a comment on this section of our Gemora.
Which is matzos.
Masnisin. Yeah. It's right. You see the four letters Mem Tuf Nun Yud, and then you have a slash. So that's a abbreviation for Masnisin, which means Mishnah.
Uh-huh. Then it says mitzvahs arba.
Mitzvahs arava.
Mitzvahs arava. Kiyotze mikom kule. The mitzvah of arava is like the
Ketzad. Ketzad, how is it?
How is it?
How do you do it?
Tanai kalnaya kolomar kalnaya. But this word kolonia, which means an exception from the taxes, who sham oso makom. It applies to that place.
Hayashem oso makom. It was the name of that place.
Oh, it was the name of the place. Velo haya shema.
Oh, hayashma.
Matse the Amrinon. And it's not, we don't say that it's because it's what is Lamai?
V'lo ha'ishma, and not that name, Lamai Damrinan, regarding this that we say, B'tchilas Shutfim, in the beginning of Perek Shutfim, in Bava Basra.
The hard dose, Onaya, mitavad sheperusho ben chorin naaseh.
That Gemara over there is talking about Hordis. Hordis that was a slave in the house of the Hashmonaim, and he I think he eliminated them all, and then he made himself a no longer a slave. Ben Chorin Nasa. He became a Ben Chorin because he didn't have any masters anymore because he killed them all.
A free man.
So we're not referring to that klanya that it says over there about Hordis.
The hach klanya, the hach klanya. Shem oso makom hu Vitanya.
Oh.
Didan.
Now this seems as though Rabbeinu Hananel is disagreeing with Rashi. I think that's Rabbeinu Hananel is making a big deal over here that we shouldn't associate this name Klanya with the Klanya of Hordis, even though it's spelled exactly the same. Dehach Klanya, v'hach Klanya. One second, we gotta. Sounds like we need to. Sorry, Lomar, Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi. I don't know. I don't know what that note wants. But it seems like what Rabbeinu Hananel is saying is that no, this is Klanya Shem Osa Makomaya. That Klanya was talking about Hordis, and it meant that he's free man. But our Klanya doesn't have anything to do with being free from anything. It's just the name of the place. That's what the name of the place is. And then Rabbeinu Hananel goes on, the Tana Didan. So that's regarding the Tana of the Tosefta. The place is called Klanya. Now he turns to our Mishnah, Tana Didan. Our Tana, meaning our Mishnah, the Tana in our Mishnah holds Korle Motza. He calls this place Motza. Jehu Motza min Amas, because it's out from the rule of taxes of the king. She'enan Sodos Hamukafos Elikamo Midbar She'ein Olin Mas. Interesting. It sounds like he's explaining why it was that this area was exempt from taxes, and he's saying because it wasn't a developed, cultivated place of sados mukafos that you have properly fenced in fields where farmers were growing and cultivating and and producing. It was he says Kamo Hamidbar. It was like a desert area. Now, how much taxes do you charge for the desert? I don't know. Sounds like you don't charge taxes in the place where there's no cultivation. She'ein olin mas. Those places they don't get taxed because they're not producing anything. Anyway, that's what I wanted to bring over from this Rabbeinu Hananel. That we have a reason why it is that this place Motza was not was exempt from taxes.
Right, but we still have the question of why does the Bryce refer to it as Kalanya?
Yeah, especially according to the way that Rabbeinu Hananel seems to explain Klanya. Seems to be going away from it having the same meaning as a place which is a ben chori min amas, like Rashi.
Right. It's interesting because My footnote seems to say the opposite of what you're saying. It says this was a tax-free place, i.e., the English says, i.e., an area exempted from the king's tax. And on that sentence, there's a footnote that says, Rashi, see Rabbeinu Hananel. Oh.
Yeah, right. When it says see Rabbeinu Hananel, it's saying that Rabbeinu Hananel, see Rabbeinu Hananel, that he doesn't agree to what Rashi is saying.
Right.
But they brought Rashi.
Rashi says it's an area exempted from tax, and Rabbeinu Hananel says no. Yeah, all right. So it doesn't contradict with what you said. Interesting.
Okay.
All of this is just an aside.
You want to know why the Gemora was so concerned about this? It was the first thing that was on the Gemora's mind.
Yeah, it's just it's like why did the Mishnah even mention the name? Who cares?
Oh, why is it so important till we get the right name in the Mishnah?
The Mishnah says there was a place below Jerusalem, and it was referred to as Motzah. So, like, that seems like a non-important detail, and yet the Gemara is now, focusing on that and devoting several sukkim to discussing it.
Yeah, I mean it's in other words, the Gemara is saying there's a mistake in the Mishnah. That's a significant issue.
Oh, it's saying, it's questioning why does he call it Motzah when it should be called Tananya?
Yeah, I mean, is there a machlokes about where it was that they went to get the aravos? We have to investigate this matter. Why is it that the Brisa calls it one name, and says that we go to get them from that place, and the Mishnah says we go to get it from the other place. So you might say, oh, who cares where they got it? I mean, whatever, but. No, the Gemara wants to clarify because the Mishnah did bother to say where it was that they got it from. So right. For whatever reason, in other words, you could ask the question like this. You could ask even before the Gemara talks. You could ask the question on the Mishnah. Oh, who cares where they got the aravas from? What does the Mishnah mean to tell me? Oh, they went. You know where they got the aravas from? They went to this place called Motzah. Who cares where they got them from? Wherever you get them from, No, the Mishnah made a point of telling us where it was. So okay, the Mishnah is saying that it's important. If so we got to get it right.
So actually, we're okay both with Rashi and Rabbeinu Hananel, because according to Rashi, we're saying, well, both words mean tax exempt. So that's obviously okay. Rabbeinu Hananel says, no, Colonia is just the name of a place. It doesn't have anything to do with taxes.
Right.
So why does the Mishnah call it Motza? Because the Mishnah wants us to understand that even though Colonia is just the name of a place, it's also a place where there was no taxes.
Amidan my tama korile motza. Yeah. In other words, the Gemora seems to be taking on that the Tosefta is not incorrect. The name of the place is Klanya. And if so why do we call it Motza? It's sort of like a nickname.
Right.
Gemora says, the reason why we call it that is because it's that's why they call it that. No taxes over there.
Right. Okay, I think our time is up.
Interesting. Okay, very good.
Right now, tomorrow, Hashanah Rabbah, Rabbi First and I agreed that we were going to play it by ear because we don't know what time we'll be getting back from shul. So I may or may not learn with him at 10:30, but I think by 11:30 we should be pretty safe. So you want to go ahead and say that we'll learn at 11:30, or do you think it's too crazy?
I mean, we could make it tentatively, like we could check in at 11:30. If I find out any I probably won't know how my schedule whether I could squeeze the shear in until the time.
Okay, so I said 11:30, but I should say 11:45. 11:45, I'll go ahead and sign in like I usually do. And if you join me, then, or if you create your session, then we'll learn. And if not, we won't.
Yeah, because usually I think what we do is we have a Suda after Shachris, like a Yontif Dika Suda.
Uh-huh.
There's the three. Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky says there's 3 times a year that we eat kreplach on Erev. Anyway, that's another story. It's time to go.
Okay. That sounds good. So, Emir Hashem, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. One way or another, I'll check in.
All right. Very good. Have a great day.
Oh man, you too, Lou. Shkoyach. Good moed.